Now let us delve into the depths of this concept, for it is not merely a phrase of encouragement, but a fundamental truth of the universe itself. You see, in this vast cosmos, in this grand tapestry of existence, you are both the creator and the creation. Your journey, your struggles, your aspirations, they are all part of a divine plan, a plan that you yourself have set in motion. When I say, please keep going, you're so close, I am not speaking of a physical distance or a tangible goal. No, my dear friends, I am speaking of a state of consciousness, a realm of being that exists within you at this very moment. It is a state of perfection, of completion, of absolute fulfillment. And you are so much closer to it than you can possibly imagine. Consider for a moment the nature of your desires. Whatever it is that you seek, be it love, abundance, health, or success, know that these desires are not random occurrences. They are not whims or fancies that float aimlessly in your mind. No, they are seeds planted by the divine within you, seeds that contain within them the very essence of their fulfillment. When you feel a burning desire for something, when you can taste it, touch it, feel it in your imagination, know that you are experiencing the end result in a dimension beyond the physical. In that moment of imagining, you are living from the end. You are experiencing the fulfillment of your desire in the only place it can truly exist, in your consciousness. So why, you may ask, do we sometimes feel stuck? Why does it seem that our desires are far from our grasp? The answer, my friends, lies in our perception of time and space. We have been conditioned to believe in a linear progression of events, in a world of cause and effect, where our desires must be pursued, chased, and conquered. But I tell you this, the world you see around you is nothing but a shadow, a reflection of your inner state. The events and circumstances of your life are not happening to you, they are happening from you. They are the outpicturing of your consciousness, the manifestation of your dominant thoughts and beliefs. When I urge you to keep going, I am not asking you to struggle or to fight against the current of life. No, I am inviting you to persist in your assumption of the wish fulfilled. I am asking you to continue living from the end, to maintain that feeling of your desire already being a reality. You see, the bridge of incidents that leads to the manifestation of your desire in the physical world is not built by your hands. It is constructed by a power far greater than your conscious mind can comprehend. This power, which some call God, others call the subconscious, and I often refer to as your wonderful human imagination, knows the perfect way to bring about the fulfillment of your desire. Your only task, your sole responsibility, is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to live in the end, to experience in your imagination the joy, the satisfaction, the absolute knowing that your desire is already yours. And in doing so, you set in motion forces beyond your comprehension, forces that will move heaven and earth to bring about the manifestation of your assumption. Now let us ponder for a moment on the concept of being so close in the world of Chiza. In the realm of physical senses, closeness is measured by distance and time. But in the realm of consciousness, in the dimension of imagination, there is no distance, no time, no separation between you and your desire. In fact, the very existence of your desire is proof of its fulfillment. For how could you desire something if it did not already exist in a dimension beyond the physical? Your desire is a glimpse into the infinite possibilities that exist in the realm of pure potential. It is a call from your future self, inviting you to step into that reality. So when I say you're so close, I am reminding you of this truth, that in consciousness, in the only place that truly matters, you are already one with your desire. You are not moving towards it, you are moving from it. Every moment that you maintain the assumption of your wish fulfilled, you are strengthening that reality, making it more and more dominant in your consciousness until it has no choice but to reflect in your physical experience. My dear friends, understand this, the world of Caesar, the world of physical senses, is always secondary. It is always a reflection, a shadow of your inner world. Your true power lies not in manipulating external circumstances, but in controlling your inner conversations, your mental diet, your assumptions about yourself and the world around you. When you find yourself doubting when the physical world seems to contradict your desire, remember this. What you are seeing is the shadow of past thoughts and beliefs. It is the harvest of seeds planted in the past. But in this moment right now, you have the power to plant new seeds, to assume a new state, to live from the end of your desire fulfilled. The feeling of being close, of being on the verge of a breakthrough, is not something to be sought externally. It is a state to be assumed, a feeling to be inhabited. When you truly understand this, when you grasp the immense power of your imagination, you will realize that you are never far from your desire. You are always just one assumption away from living in the end. Consider the story of the Israelites wandering in the desert for 40 years. They were always just on the outskirts of the promised land, always so close, yet their doubts, their fears, their inability to assume the state of already being in the land of milk and honey kept them wandering. But the moment they assumed the state of being in the promised land, the moment they lived from that assumption, the walls of Jericho fell, and they entered into their inheritance. You, my dear listener, are in a similar position. The promised land of your fulfilled desire is not a physical place, but a state of consciousness, and you are always just one assumption away from entering it. The walls that seem to separate you from your desire are not made of stone and mortar, but of beliefs and assumptions. And they must fall when you assume the state of your wish fulfilled. So I implore you, please keep going. Not in the sense of struggling or striving, but in the sense of persisting in your assumption. Keep going in living from the end. Keep going and feeling the reality of your desire fulfilled. For you are so close, closer than you can possibly imagine. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. The fulfillment of all your desires exists within you right now. It is not something to be attained, but something to be realized, to be assumed, to be lived from. And as you persist in this assumption, as you continue to live from the end, you will find that the outer world has no choice but to conform to your inner conviction. Now let us delve deeper into the mechanics of this process, for understanding is the first step towards mastery. When you imagine your desire fulfilled, when you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are literally rearranging the substance of the universe. You are impressing upon the subconscious mind a new concept of self, a new pattern that it must outpicture in your physical reality. The subconscious mind, you see, is the creative power of the universe. It is God in action. It knows no limitations, no impossibilities. It does not question or analyze. It simply accepts and expresses what is impressed upon it. And what is impressed upon it most dominantly? Your assumptions, your inner conversations, your mental diet. When you consistently assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, when you make it a habit to live from the end, you are feeding your subconscious mind with the seeds of your desire. And just as a seed planted in fertile soil must grow and express itself, so too must your assumption grow and express itself in your physical reality. But here's where many stumble, where many lose faith and give up just short of the finish line. You see, between the planting of the seed and the harvest, there is often a period of silence, a time when nothing seems to be happening. In the physical world, it may appear as though your desire is still far off, as though your efforts are in vain. This, my dear friends, is the true test of faith. This is where I implore you to keep going, for you are so close. This period of apparent inactivity is not a sign of failure. It is the gestation period of your desire. Just as a pregnant woman does not doubt the reality of the child growing within her womb, even though she cannot see it, so too must you not doubt the reality of your desire growing in the womb of your subconscious mind. During this time, it is crucial that you maintain your assumption. Do not waver, do not doubt, do not give in to the evidence of your physical senses. For remember, what you are seeing in the outer world is the shadow of past thoughts and beliefs. It is the harvest of seeds planted in the past. But in this moment, right now, you are planting new seeds. You are assuming a new state. And if you persist, if you keep going, you will see the manifestation of this new state. Think of it like this. Imagine you are in a dark room and you've just turned on the light. For a moment, your eyes may still see darkness. But does that mean the light isn't on? Of course not. There's simply a brief delay between the action of turning on the light and your eyes adjusting to perceive it. Your manifestation works in much the same way. The moment you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it is done. The light is on. Your only task is to persist in this assumption until your physical senses catch up to this new reality. Now let me share with you a powerful technique to help you persist in your assumption, to keep going when doubt and fear try to creep in. It's a technique I call living in the end, and it's as simple as it is profound. Each night, as you lay down to sleep, and each morning as you wake, take a few moments to imagine a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make this scene as vivid and as real as you possibly can. Engage all your senses. If your desire is for a loving relationship, feel the warmth of your loved one's embrace. If it's for financial abundance, feel the crisp notes in your hands, smell the leather of your new car, hear the congratulations of your friends on your frock. If it's for perfect health, feel the vitality in your body, the ease of movement, the joy of boundless energy. Live in this scene, immerse yourself in it completely. Feel the satisfaction, the joy, the absolute knowing that your desire is now a reality. And as you drift off to sleep, or as you start your day, carry this feeling with you. Let it color your perceptions. Let it inform your actions. Let it become your new reality. You see, my dear friends, your subconscious mind does not distinguish between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience in the physical world. By living in the end in your imagination, you are literally experiencing the fulfillment of your desire. And your subconscious mind, accepting this as reality, will work tirelessly to bring about the circumstances that match this new self-concept. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, I've been doing this and still my desire hasn't manifested. How long must I keep going? And to you, I say this: as long as it takes. For time is a construct of the human mind, a convenience for organizing our physical experiences. In the realm of consciousness, in the dimension where all possibilities exist, there is no time. Your desire is not something to be achieved in the future. It is a state to be assumed now. The moment you genuinely assume the feeling of the wish fulfillment, it is done. The seed is planted. And just as you wouldn't dig up a seed to see if it's growing, do not constantly check your physical reality to see if your desire has manifested. Trust in the law, have faith in the process, and keep going. Remember, you're so close. Closer than you can possibly imagine. For in truth, there is no distance between you and your desire. The only separation is in your mind, in your assumption of lack or limitation. The moment you drop these limiting beliefs, the moment you fully assume the state of your wish fulfilled, you will find that your desire has been there all along, waiting for you to claim it. Consider the story of the prodigal son. He left his father's house, wandered in a far country, experienced lack and limitation. But the moment he remembered who he truly was, the moment he assumed his rightful place as the beloved son, he found that the abundance of his father's house had been there all along. He didn't have to earn it or achieve it. He simply had to claim it, to assume it, to live from it. You, my dear listener, are in the same position. The abundance, the love, the health, the success you desire, it's all there in your Father's house, in the realm of pure potential. You don't have to earn it or achieve it. You simply have to assume it, to live from it, to keep going in the absolute conviction that it is already yours. Now let me address another common stumbling block. Many of you may be thinking, but Neville, what about action? Don't I need to do something to make my desire a reality? And to this I say action is important. But it's not the cause of your manifestation, it's the effect. When you truly assume the state of the wish fulfilled, when you live from the end, you will find yourself naturally inspired to take the right actions. These actions will not feel like struggle or effort. They will feel natural, joyful, almost effortless. For you will be acting not from a place of lack or need, but from a place of abundance and fulfillment. Think of it like this. If you were already the person who has what you desire, how would you act? What decisions would you make? How would you carry yourself? This is the kind of action I'm talking about. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you think you should do. It's about naturally embodying the state of your wish fulfilled in every aspect of your life. And here's a crucial point. Even as you take inspired action, do not fall into the trap of thinking that these actions are the cause of your manifestation. The cause is always your assumption, your state of consciousness. The actions are simply the bridge of incidents that your subconscious mind constructs to lead you to the fulfillment. So please keep going. Keep assuming the state of the wish fulfilled. Keep living from the end. For you are so close, so incredibly close to the manifestation of your desire. The only thing standing between you and your desire is your assumption of separation from it. Drop that assumption, and you will find that what you seek has been seeking you all along. Now, let me share with you another powerful technique to help you persist in your assumption, to keep going when the world of Caesar seems to contradict your desire. It's a technique I call revision, and it's a way of rewriting your past to align with your desired future. You see, many of us carry the weight of past failures, disappointments, and negative experiences. These memories can act as barriers, preventing us from fully assuming the state of our wish fulfilled. But here's the truth. The past only exists in your memory. And memory, my dear friends, is imagination applied to the past. Just as you can imagine a desired future, you can reimagine your past. And in doing so, you can remove the mental blocks that stand between you and your desire. Here's how it works. Each night, before you sleep, review the events of your day. But instead of accepting them as they appear to happen, revise them. Reimagine them in a way that aligns with your desire, with the person you want to be. If someone was rude to you, revise the scene. Imagine them being kind and respectful. If you made a mistake at work, revise it. See yourself performing flawlessly. If you received bad news, revise it. Hear yourself receiving good news instead. This is not about denying reality or living in fantasy. It's about understanding that your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And by changing your inner world, your memorials, your assumptions, your self-concept, you change the reflection. As you practice revision consistently, you'll find that your past no longer has power over you. You'll be free to fully assume the state of your wish fulfilled without the weight of past failures holding you back. And remember, you're revising not just for a better feeling, but to impress upon your subconscious mind a new concept of self, a new pattern that it must express in your future experiences. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, this all sounds too good to be true. Surely it can't be this simple, and to you I say it is this simple. But that doesn't mean it's always easy. The simplicity of the law often becomes a stumbling block for those who are used to struggle and complexity. You see, we've been conditioned to believe that anything worthwhile must be difficult to attain. We've been taught that success requires hard work, sacrifice, and often a bit of luck. But I tell you this, the only hard work required is the work of changing your assumptions, of disciplining your mind to consistently assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This inner work, this mental discipline, can indeed be challenging. It requires vigilance, persistence, and faith. But compared to the endless struggle of trying to change the outer world without first changing your inner world, it is infinitely easier and more effective. So please keep going. Keep doing this inner work. Keep assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, for you are so close, so incredibly close to the tipping point, to the moment when your assumption becomes your reality. Remember, every moment is a new opportunity to assume the state of your wish fulfilled. Every breath is a chance to live from the end. Don't wait for the perfect moment, for the stars to align, for all conditions to be favorable. The perfect moment is now. The power is within you always. Now, let me address another common concern. Many of you may be wondering, but Neville, what if I have multiple desires? Should I focus on one at a time, or can I manifest multiple things simultaneously? To this I say, you are not limited in your ability to manifest. The power of your wonderful human imagination is infinite. Just as the sun shines on all things equally without diminishing its light, so too can you assume the fulfillment of multiple desires without diluting your creative power. The key is to understand that all your desires, no matter how varied they may seem, stem from one fundamental desire. The desire to experience a greater expression of your true self. Whether you desire love, wealth, health, or success, what you're really seeking is a fuller expression of who you truly are. So instead of thinking of your desires as separate goals to be achieved, think of them as different aspects of the ideal self that it assumes. Create in your imagination a version of yourself that embodies all these desires fulfilled. See yourself as the person who has the loving relationship, the financial abundance, the vibrant health, the successful career. Feel the satisfaction, the joy, the peace that comes from being this ideal version of yourself. Make this your new self-concept. Live from this state, and you will find that all your desires begin to manifest, not as separate achievements, but as natural expressions of who you have become. Remember, the outer world is always a reflection of your inner state. As you assume this new ideal self-concept, your outer world must rearrange itself to match this inner reality. It has no choice. It is law. Now, I want to address a question that often arises when one begins to understand the power of their imagination. Many ask, but Neville, if my imagination creates reality, why do bad things happen? Why is there suffering in the world? This is a profound question, and it touches on the very nature of our existence. You see, the power of imagination is indeed absolute, but it operates according to our assumptions and beliefs, both conscious and unconscious. Many of us, without realizing it, hold beliefs of limitation, lack, and separation. We accept as reality a world of conflict, scarcity, and suffering, and in doing so, we perpetuate these conditions. But here's the liberating truth. Just as we have imagined these conditions of being, we can imagine them out of existence. The suffering we see in the world is not a fixed, unchangeable reality. It is a shadow, a reflection of humanity's collective assumptions and beliefs. As you awaken to the power of your imagination, as you begin to consciously create your reality, you become a beacon of light in this world. Your own transformation, your own shift from limitation to abundance, from fear to love, has a ripple effect that goes far beyond your individual life. So please keep going, not just for yourself, but for all of humanity. As you persist in assuming the state of your wish fulfilled As you continue to live from the end, you are contributing to a collective shift in consciousness. You are playing your part in creating a world that reflects the highest and best in all of us. Remember, you're so close to fully realizing your power as a creative being, so close to stepping into the fullness of who you truly are, so close to becoming a conscious co-creator of your reality. Now, let me share with you one more powerful concept that will help you persist in your assumption, that will give you the strength to keep going, even when the outer world seems to contradict your desire. It's the concept of the Sabbath. In the biblical tradition, the Sabbath is a day of rest, a day when all work ceases. But in the context of conscious creation, the Sabbath takes on a deeper meaning. It represents a state of mind, a state of complete assurance and peace, knowing that your desire is already fulfilled. You enter the Sabbath when you no longer feel the need to do anything to achieve your desire, when you can completely let go, knowing with absolute certainty that what you've imagined is already done. This is the ultimate act of faith, the purest expression of living in the end. Entering the Sabbath doesn't mean you stop taking inspired action in your daily life. It means you stop striving. You stop trying to make your desire happen through force of will. You simply rest in the knowledge that it is done, allowing the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind to bring about the manifestation in the most perfect way. This state of Sabbath, of complete rest and assurance, is the most powerful state you can assume. For in this state, you are fully aligned with the creative power of the universe. You are one with the source of all manifestation. So I urge you, enter the Sabbath. Rest from your labors. Know that your desire is already fulfilled. Feel the peace, the joy, the absolute certainty of this knowing. And from this state of complete assurance, watch as your outer world transforms to match your inner conviction. My dear friends, as we draw this discourse to a close, I want to remind you once more, please keep going. You're so close. Closer than you can possibly imagine to the realization of your desires, to the full expression of your true self, to the creation of a life beyond your wildest dreams. Remember, the power is within you. It always has been, and it always will be. Your wonderful human imagination is the very workshop of creation. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, use it persistently. For as you assume, so shall it be. Go forth now with this knowledge burning brightly in your heart. Live from the end, persist in your assumption. Enter the Sabbath of complete assurance, and know with every fiber of your being that your desire is already fulfilled, that you are already the person you wish to be, that you already have everything you seek. For in truth, there is no separation between you and your desire. There never was. The only separation was in your mind, in your assumption. And now that you know the truth, now that you understand the power of your imagination, that separation dissolves. So please keep going. Keep assuming, keep believing, keep living from the end. For you are so close, so incredibly close to the full realization of your power, to the complete manifestation of your desires, to the perfect expression of your true self. And in this realization, in this manifestation, in this expression, you will find not just the fulfillment of your individual desires, but the key to transforming our entire world. For as you change your concept of self, as you assume the state of your wish fulfilled, you become a living example of what's possible. You become a light in the darkness, a beacon of hope and possibility for all who cross your path. So go forth, my dear friends, with this knowledge, with this power, with this responsibility. Keep going, for you are so close. So close to becoming who you truly are. So close to creating the life you desire. So close to changing the world through the power of your imagination. Remember, it is done. It is finished. Your desire is already fulfilled in the realm of pure potential. Your only task now is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to live from the end, to enter the Sabbath of complete assurance. Do this, persist in this, and watch as your world transforms before your very eyes. For you are the operant power. You are the creative force. You are the God in action, creating your reality moment by moment through the power of your assumptions. Embrace this truth, live this truth, become this truth. And so, my beloved listeners, I leave you with these final words. Please keep going. You're so close. The fulfillment of your desires, the realization of your dreams, the expression of your true self, it's all right there waiting for you to claim it. Step into it now with faith, with conviction, with the absolute knowing that it is already yours. For in the end, and in the beginning, and in every moment in between, you are the creator of your reality. You are the author of your story. You are the master of your fate. So write boldly, create fearlessly, and live fully from the state of your wish fulfilled. Keep going, for you are so close, so incredibly, wonderfully, miraculously close. The life you desire is not a distant dream, it is your present reality, waiting for you to fully step into it. So step now, leap now. Embrace now the truth of who you are and what you're capable of creating. For in this moment, and in every moment, you are unlimited, unbounded, infinite in your potential. You are the power you seek, the love you desire, the abundance you crave. It's all within you. Always has been, always will be. So please keep going, for you are so close to the full realization of your divine nature, so close to the complete expression of your infinite potential, so close to the perfect manifestation of your heart's deepest desires. Keep going, for in your persistence lies your power. In your assumption lies your achievement. In your imagination lies your infinite potential. You are so close, closer than you've ever been, closer than you can possibly imagine. The fulfillment of your desires is not a distant goal. It is your present reality. Step into it now. Embrace it now. Live from it now. For you are the creator, the created, and the very act of creation itself. In you, all things are possible. Through you, all dreams come true. As you, all desires are fulfilled. So please keep going. You're so close, so incredibly, miraculously, wonderfully close. The life you desire is not waiting for you in some distant future. It is here now, waiting for you to claim it. Claim it now. Live it now. Be it now. For you are so close to the full realization of your power, so close to the complete manifestation of your desires, so close to the perfect expression of your true self. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep assuming. Keep living from the end. For you are so close, so incredibly, unimaginably close. And in this closeness, in this proximity to your fulfilled desire, you will find not just the realization of your individual dreams, but the key to transforming our entire world. For as you step into the fullness of who you truly are, as you fully embody the state of your wish fulfilled, you become a living testament to the power that lies within each and every one of us. So please keep going, for you are so close to becoming the change you wish to see in the world, so close to inspiring others through your own transformation, so close to creating a ripple effect of positive change that will touch countless lives. Remember, the power is within you. It always has been, and it always will be. Your wonderful human imagination is the very workshop of creation. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, use it persistently. For as you assume, so shall it be. Go forth now with this knowledge burning brightly in your heart. Live from the end, persist in your assumption, enter the Sabbath of complete assurance, and know with every fiber of your being that your desire is already fulfilled, that you are already the person you wish to be, that you already have everything you seek. For in truth, there is no separation between you and your desire. There never was. The only separation was in your mind, in your assumption. And now that you know the truth, now that you understand the power of your imagination, that separation dissolves. So please keep going, keep assuming, keep believing, keep living from the end. For you are so close, so incredibly close to the full realization of your power, to the complete manifestation of your desires, to the perfect expression of your true self. And in this realization, in this manifestation, in this expression, you will find not just the fulfillment of your individual desires, but the key to transforming our entire world. For as you change your concept of self, as you assume the state of your wish fulfilled, you become a living example of what's possible. You become a light in the darkness, a beacon of hope and possibility for all who cross your path. So go forth, my dear friends, with this knowledge, with this power, with this responsibility. Keep going, for you are so close to becoming who you truly are, so close to creating the life you desire, so close to changing the world through the power of your imagination. My dear friends, that mastering this art will bring you closer to realizing your true divine nature than you ever thought possible. Now, you might be wondering, Neville, how can silence be so powerful? Isn't it just the absence of sound? And to this I say silence is far more than mere quietude. It is the gateway to the infinite, the doorway to your own divinity. For in silence, you touch the very essence of creation, the formless void from which all things spring forth. You see, my dear friends, we live in a world of ceaseless noise. From the moment we wake to the instant we lay our heads down to sleep, we are bombarded by a cacophony of sounds, thoughts, and impressions. This constant din drowns out the still, small voice within, the voice of God, which is none other than your own divine self. But when you learn to be silent, truly silent, you create a space in which miracles can occur. You allow the infinite wisdom of the universe to flow through you, guiding your actions and shaping your reality in ways that your limited, conscious mind could never conceive. Now let us delve into the 5 situations in which learning to be silent will transform your life. As we explore each of these, I want you to remember that this is not about suppressing your true self or denying your feelings. Rather, it is about tapping into a deeper wellspring of wisdom and power that lies within you. The first situation in which you must learn to be silent is when you are angry. Anger, that fiery emotion that seems to demand expression, that burns to be released into the world. But I tell you now, my friends, that giving voice to your anger is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It only serves to amplify and perpetuate the very state you wish to overcome. When anger rises within you, pause. Take a deep breath. Instead of lashing out, turn your attention inward. In that moment of silence, you create a space between stimulus and response. And in that space lies your freedom, your power to choose. Remember, the outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. When you react in anger, you are declaring to the universe that you are a victim of circumstances, that external events have the power to control your emotions. But you, my dear friends, are not victims. You are the operant power, the God of your reality. So in that moment of silence, affirm your true identity. Say to yourself, I am calm. I am in control. I am love. Feel the truth of these statements. Let them sink deep into your being. For remember, whatever follows I am becomes your reality. As you practice this silence in the face of anger, you will begin to notice a remarkable transformation. The situations that once triggered your rage will lose their power over you. You will find yourself responding with wisdom and compassion where once you reacted with fury. And in doing so, you will reshape not only your own experience, but the experiences of those around you. Now let us move on to the second situation in which silence is golden. When you are tempted to make excuses. How easily the excuses flow from our lips. I couldn't because it's not my fault. If only these phrases may seem harmless, even necessary at times. But I tell you now, they are poison to your soul. Every time you make an excuse, you are denying your own power. You are telling the universe, and more importantly, telling yourself that you are not the creator of your reality, but a helpless victim of circumstance. And the universe, my friends, always says yes. It will provide you with more and more situations that justify your excuses, trapping you in a cycle of powerlessness and frustration. But when you choose silence instead of excuses, something miraculous happens. In that moment of quiet, you create a space for honest self-reflection. Instead of justifying your shortcomings, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? What must I change within myself to create a different outcome? This silence is not passive. It is pregnant with possibility. It is the silence of the seed buried in the earth, gathering strength before it bursts forth into new life. It is the silence of the caterpillar in its cocoon, transforming itself into a butterfly. So the next time you feel the urge to make an excuse, pause, be silent. In that silence, affirm your true nature as the creator of your reality. Say to yourself, I am responsible. I am capable. I am the power that shapes my life. Feel the strength that comes with this acknowledgement of your divine nature. As you practice this silence in the face of the temptation to make excuses, you will find yourself naturally taking more responsibility for your life. You will stop blaming others or external circumstances for your situations. And in doing so, you will reclaim your power to change those situations. Now let us explore the third situation where silence is crucial. When you are tempted to speak ill of others, gossip, criticism, judgment, these seem to be as natural to human beings as breathing. But I tell you now, my dear friends, that every word you speak about others is really a declaration about yourself. When you criticize another, you are affirming the existence of that which you criticize. You are giving life to the very thing you wish to condemn. Moreover, you are telling the universe that you live in a world where such negative traits exist and have power. And remember, the universe always says yes. But when you choose silence instead of criticism, you create a space for understanding and compassion. In that moment of quiet, ask yourself, what am I really seeing in this person? What part of myself am I not accepting that I'm projecting onto them? For you see, my friends, everyone in your world is but a reflection of some aspect of yourself. The traits you admire in others are traits you possess, perhaps dormant, waiting to be awakened. And the traits that irritate you in others are often the very traits you deny or suppress in yourself. So in that moment of silence, instead of speaking ill of others, turn your attention inward. Affirm the truth of your divine nature and the divine nature of all beings. Say to yourself, I am love. I am understanding. I see the divine in all. Feel the truth of these statements. Let them permeate your being. As you practice this silence in the face of the temptation to criticize, you will find your relationships transforming. You will begin to see the divine in everyone you encounter. And as you change your perception, you will change your world. For remember, the outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. Now let us move to the fourth situation where silence is paramount when you are tempted to defend yourself. How strong is the urge to justify ourselves, to explain our actions, to prove our worth. But I tell you now, my dear friends, that every time you defend yourself, you are affirming that there is something to defend against. You are giving power to the very accusation or criticism you wish to refute. When you feel the need to defend yourself rising within you, pause. Take a deep breath. In that moment of silence, remember who you truly are. You are God individualized, infinite consciousness in human form. What is there to defend? Who is there to impress? In that silence, affirm your true identity. Say to yourself, I am complete. I am worthy. I am divine. Feel the truth of these statements. Let them sink deep into your being. For remember, you are not what others think of you. You are what you know yourself to be. As you practice this silence in the face of the urge to defend yourself, you will find a new kind of strength emerging within you. It is the quiet confidence of one who knows their true worth, who is secure in their divine identity. You will no longer feel the need to prove yourself to anyone, for you will be standing firm in the knowledge of who you really are. And now, my dear friends, we come to the fifth and final situation where silence is golden, when you are tempted to complain. Complaints, like excuses, may seem harmless or even necessary at times. But I tell you now, every complaint is a prayer to which the universe responds with a resounding yes. When you complain, you are affirming the reality of that which you do not want. You are telling the universe this is how things are, and the universe, in its infinite wisdom and perfect law, would provide you with more situations that match your complaint. But when you choose silence instead of complaint, you create a space for gratitude and positive affirmation. In that moment of quiet, ask yourself, what can I appreciate about this situation? What opportunity for growth does it present? How can I use this to align more fully with my divine nature? For you see, my friends, every situation, no matter how challenging it may seem, is an opportunity for you to remember who you truly are. It is a chance for you to exercise your divine creative power, to choose how you will respond, to decide what you will make of it. So in that moment of silence, instead of complaining, affirm the good that is present in your life. Say to yourself, I am grateful. I am blessed. I am open to receiving more good. Feel the truth of these statements. Let them fill your heart and mind. As you practice this silence in the face of the temptation to complain, you will find your entire perspective shifting. You will begin to see opportunities where once you saw only obstacles. You will discover blessings hidden within challenges. And as you change your inner dialogue from complaint to gratitude, you will find your outer world transforming to match your new vibration. Now, my dear friends, as we have explored these 5 situations in which silence is crucial, you might be wondering, Neville, how do I cultivate this practice of silence? How do I overcome the habitual urge to speak, to react, to express? And to this I say, it begins with awareness. Start by simply noticing your impulses to speak in these 5 situations. Become aware of the thoughts and emotions that arise within you. This awareness itself is a form of silence, a stepping back from automatic reactions. Then, practice pausing. When you feel the urge to speak in anger, to make an excuse, to criticize, to defend yourself, or to complain, take a deep breath. Count to 10 if you need to. In that brief moment of pause, you create a space of possibility. You give yourself the chance to choose your response rather than simply reacting. As you become more comfortable with these moments of pause, begin to extend them. Use them as opportunities to turn your attention inward, to connect with your true divine nature. In these moments of silence, affirm your identity as God individualized. Feel the power and peace that comes with this realization. Remember, my friends, that this practice of silence is not about suppression or denial. It's not about forcing yourself to be quiet when you really want to speak. Rather, it's about creating a space of inner stillness from which true wisdom and power can emerge. In time, you will find that these moments of silence become natural to you. They will no longer feel like a struggle or a discipline, but a welcome respite. a return to your true self. You will begin to crave these moments of quiet, for in them, you touch the infinite. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, doesn't this practice of silence mean I'm not being authentic? Doesn't it mean I'm hiding my true feelings? And to this I say, true authenticity comes not from expressing every fleeting emotion or thought, but from aligning with your deepest, most divine self. You see, my dear friends, most of what we consider to be our true feelings are simply conditioned responses, habitual reactions based on past experiences and limiting beliefs. They are not your true self, but masks that obscure your divine nature. When you practice silence in these 5 situations, you are not hiding your true self. On the contrary, you are creating the space for your true self to emerge. You are peeling away the layers of conditioning to reveal the God within. Consider for a moment who is the one who is aware of your anger, your excuses, your criticisms, your defensiveness, your complaints. Who is the one who can choose to be silent? That awareness, that chooser, is your true self. It is the God within you, the I am that is your eternal identity. As you practice this silence, you will find yourself naturally expressing from a place of greater wisdom, compassion, and power. Your words, when you do choose to speak, will carry more weight. They will be imbued with the creative power of the universe itself. Now, my friends, I want you to understand that this practice of silence is not just for your own personal benefit. As you master this art, you become a transformative presence in the world. Your silence in the face of anger diffuses conflicts and promotes peace. Your silence instead of excuses inspires responsibility and empowerment in others. Your silence in place of criticism fosters understanding and compassion. Your silence instead of defensiveness encourages openness and authenticity. Your silence in place of complaints cultivates gratitude and positivity. You see, we are all connected. We are all expressions of the one divine consciousness. When you change your inner state, you change the world. Your silence ripples out, touching the lives of all those around you in ways you may never fully comprehend. Moreover, as you practice this silence, you become more attuned to the silence that underlies all of creation. You begin to hear the still, small voice within, the voice of God, which is your own higher self. This voice will guide you, inspire you, lead you to experiences and opportunities beyond anything you could have imagined. Now, I know that for some of you, this practice may seem daunting. You might be thinking, Neville, I've tried to control my reactions before, and I always fail. How can I possibly maintain silence in these challenging situations? To this I say, do not approach this practice with the mindset of control or force. Instead, cultivate an attitude of loving awareness. When you find yourself speaking or reacting in these 5 situations, do not judge or criticize yourself. Simply notice with compassion and curiosity. Say to yourself, there I go again. How interesting, and then gently guide your attention back to silence. Remember, my dear friends, that you are embarking on a journey of transformation. Like any journey, it begins with a single step. Each moment of silence, no matter how brief, is a victory. Each time you pause before reacting, you are flexing your spiritual muscles, strengthening your connection to your divine self. As you continue this practice, you will find that silence becomes your natural state. It becomes the ground of your being, the source from which all your thoughts, words, and actions spring forth. You will no longer need to remind yourself to be silent in these 5 situations, for you will be living from a place of deep, abiding inner peace. This silence, my friends, is your true power. It is the void from which all creation springs. When you learn to rest in this silence, you align yourself with the creative power of the universe. You become a conscious co-creator with God, shaping your reality with the power of your imagination and the strength of your faith. Imagine for a moment a world in which everyone practiced this silence. A world without angry outbursts, without endless excuses, without harmful gossip, without defensive posturing, without constant complaints. Can you feel the peace, the harmony, the love that would pervade such a world? This, my dear friends, is the world you are creating through your practice of silence. With each moment of quiet, with each pause before reaction, you are contributing to the evolution of human consciousness. You are helping to usher in a new era of understanding, compassion, and divine self-realization. So I urge you, my beloved seekers of truth, embrace this practice of silence. Make it your own. Let it permeate every aspect of your life. For in doing so, you are not just changing yourself, you are changing the world. As you leave this gathering today, carry with you the knowledge of your divine nature and the power of silence. Remember, in those moments when you feel urged to speak in anger, to make excuses, to criticize others, to defend yourself, or to complain, pause. Take a deep breath. Turn your attention inward. Connect with the God within you. In that silence, affirm your true identity. Say to yourself, I am love. I am peace. I am the power that shapes my reality. Feel the truth of these statements. Let them sink deep into your being. For remember, whatever follows I am becomes your reality. Go forth from here as beacons of silent power, as embodiments of divine wisdom. Let your silence speak louder than words ever could. Let it testify to the God within you, the infinite consciousness that you truly are. And know this, my dear friends, as you master this art of silence, you are fulfilling the highest purpose of your life. You are awakening to your true divine nature. You are becoming who you really are. God in expression, infinite consciousness in human form. Thank you, and may you be blessed with the profound peace and power that comes from true silence. Many of you have come seeking answers, yearning for a deeper understanding of your place in this vast cosmos. You felt the stirring in your heart, the whisper of something greater calling you to a higher purpose. And I say to you now, with absolute certainty, that you are right to seek, for within you lies the greatest secret of the ages. The real purpose of your life, my dear friends, is nothing less than the full realization of your divine nature. You are here to experience, express, and expand the infinite consciousness that is God. Yes, you heard me correctly. You are God expressing himself in human form, and your purpose is to awaken to this ultimate truth. Now, I know that for many of you, this statement may seem blasphemous or absurd. You've been conditioned to believe that you are separate from God, that you are a mere mortal, limited and flawed. But I assure you, this is the grandest illusion, the veil that has been pulled over your eyes to obscure your true identity. Let us delve deeper into this profound mystery. In the Bible we read, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And the Word was God. This Word, this primordial vibration, is nothing but pure consciousness, the very essence of being. And you, my friends, are that consciousness individualized. You see, God in his infinite wisdom and love desired to experience himself in all his glory. And so, he fragmented his consciousness into countless forms, each a unique expression of the divine. You are one such expression, a living, breathing embodiment of God's imagination. Your life, then, is not some random occurrence, nor is it a test or a punishment. It is a grand adventure, a cosmic play in which you are both the actor and the audience, the dreamer and the dream. Your purpose is to fully embrace this role, to step into the shoes of the divine and create your reality with the same power and imagination as God himself. Now I can sense the skepticism rising in some of you. You're thinking, if I'm God, why don't I feel like it? Why am I experiencing limitations, pain, and suffering? And to this I say, it is because you have forgotten who you truly are. You have bought into the illusion of separateness, the belief that you are a victim of circumstances rather than their creator. But fear not, for the veil is lifting. The time has come for you to reclaim your divine heritage, to step into the fullness of your being and manifest the life you desire. And how do you do this? Through the power of your imagination, coupled with the unwavering faith that what you imagine is real. You see, your imagination is not some fanciful faculty for daydreaming or escaping reality. It is the very creative power of God within you. When you imagine, you are tapping into the same force that created the universe. Your inner world, your mental images and feelings are the source from which your outer world springs forth. Consider for a moment the world around you. Everything you see, from the chair you're sitting on to the most advanced technology, began as a thought, an image in someone's mind. The clothes you wear, the food you eat, the music you listen to, all of these were once mere imaginings before they became tangible realities. And so it is with every aspect of your life. Your relationships, your career, your health, your financial status. All of these are but outward pictures of your inner assumptions. You are not at the mercy of external forces. You are the force itself, shaping your world through the power of your imagination. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, I've tried positive thinking and visualization, and it didn't work to this. It is not enough to merely think positive thoughts or visualize sporadically. You must live from the end to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled with such intensity that it becomes your dominant state of consciousness. Let me explain what I mean by living from the end. Imagine that you have already achieved your heart's desire. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the gratitude that would accompany this achievement. Make this feeling so real, so vivid, that your entire being resonates with it. This is not mere daydreaming. This is entering into the very state of consciousness that will attract and create the circumstances necessary for your desire to manifest. Remember, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. As within, so without. When you change your inner world, your outer world has no choice but to follow suit. This is the law of assumption, the fundamental principle upon which all creation operates. Now, I know that for many of you, this concept may seem abstract or difficult to grasp. So let me share with you a simple technique that you can use to harness the power of your imagination and align yourself with your divine purpose. As you retire to sleep each night, close your eyes and imagine a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and real as possible. Engage all your senses. See the details, hear the sounds, feel the texture, smell the aromas associated with your fulfilled wish. And most importantly, feel the emotion, the satisfaction, the joy of having your desire realized. Fall asleep in this state, knowing that as you slumber, your subconscious mind, which is none other than God Himself, is working tirelessly to bring your imagined reality into physical manifestation. Do this night after night, with patience and persistence, and watch as your outer world begins to reshape itself to match your inner vision. This, my friends, is the true meaning of prayer. It is not beseeching an external deity for favors, but rather aligning your consciousness with the divine power within you. When you pray in this manner, you are declaring your oneness with God, acknowledging that what you desire is already yours in the realm of infinite possibilities. Now, I can hear some of you asking, but what about the challenges and difficulties in my life? Are you saying I created these too? And to this I say yes, but not in the way you might think. You see, every challenge, every obstacle, every seeming setback is but an opportunity for growth, a catalyst for your awakening to your true divine nature. Consider for a moment the greatest achievements in human history. Were they not born out of adversity? Did not the Wright brothers face countless failures before they achieved flight? Did not Thomas Edison experiment thousands of times before he successfully created the light bulb? Your challenges are not punishments, but invitations to rise above your current level of consciousness, to tap into the infinite wisdom and power that lies within you. Moreover, these challenges serve another crucial purpose. They provide the contrast necessary for you to define and refine your desires. Without darkness, how would you appreciate the light? Without sorrow, how would you know joy? Without lack, how would you recognize abundance? Your challenges are the springboard from which you launch into new levels of understanding and manifestation. So instead of resisting or lamenting your difficulties, embrace them. See them as the divine opportunities they truly are. Ask yourself, what is this situation teaching me? How is it helping me to grow? What greater good is this preparing me for? When you shift your perspective in this way, you align yourself with the flow of life, with the divine purpose that underlies all existence. Remember, my dear friends, that you are not separate from your experiences. You are the experiencer and the experienced, the observer and the observed. Your life is a mirror reflecting back to you your deepest beliefs and assumptions. If you don't like what you see, change your inner world and watch as the outer world transforms in response. Now, let us delve deeper into the nature of your divine self. You are not just a fragment of God. You are the fullness of God expressing Himself in a unique and beautiful way. Just as a wave is not separate from the ocean, but is the ocean expressing itself in that particular form, so too are you the infinite consciousness of God taking on a specific shape and identity. This understanding is crucial, for it liberates you from the limitations of your personal history, your cultural conditioning, and your perceived shortcomings. You are not bound by your past, nor are you constrained by your present circumstances. You are a being of infinite potential, capable of reshaping your reality at will. Consider the story of Moses in the Bible. When God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses doubted his abilities. He saw himself as slow of speech and inadequate for the task. But God revealed to him the great I am, the infinite being that Moses truly was. And from that realization, Moses went on to perform miracles and lead his people to freedom. You, my friends, are no different from Moses. Within you lies the same power, the same I am. When you declare I am, you are invoking the very name of God, for I am is God's name. And whatever you attach to that I am becomes your reality. So I ask you now, what are you declaring about yourself? Are you saying I am weak, I am unworthy, I am a victim? Or are you boldly proclaiming I am strong, I am worthy, I am a creator? Your I am statements are prophecies shaping your experience and determining the course of your life. This is why it's so crucial to guard the portals of your mind, to be vigilant about the thoughts you entertain and the words you speak. Every thought, every word is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. And make no mistake, that seed will grow and bear fruit, whether you want it to or not. So choose your thoughts wisely. Cultivate an inner garden of beauty, abundance, and love. Weed out the thoughts of lack, limitation, and fear. Remember, you are the gardener of your mind, and the harvest you reap in your outer world depends entirely on the seeds you sow in your inner world. Now, some of you might be wondering, if I'm God, why can't I just instantly manifest whatever I want? And to this I say you can. But you must first overcome the accumulated beliefs and assumptions that stand in your way. You see, your current reality is the result of years, perhaps lifetimes, of thinking and believing in a certain way. To change it requires patience, persistence, and above all, faith. Faith, my friends, is not blind belief in something outside of yourself. True faith is the conviction of your own divine nature, the absolute knowing that what you desire is already yours in the realm of infinite possibilities. It is the bridge between your current state and your desired state, the force that collapses infinite potential into manifested reality. And how do you cultivate this faith? Through consistent mental diet and spiritual practice. Just as you nourish your physical body with wholesome food, you must nourish your mind with uplifting thoughts and empowering beliefs. Read inspirational books, surround yourself with positive influences, and above all, practice the art of imagination. Make it a daily habit to enter into the silence to commune with your divine self. In this state of inner quietude, you will find answers to your deepest questions, solutions to leave problems in problems. For in the silence, you touch the infinite, you become one with the source of all creation. Remember, my dear friends, that the kingdom of heaven is within you. You need not search for God in some distant realm or through complex rituals. God is closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat. He is the very awareness by which you perceive these words, the consciousness that animates your being. To realize this truth is to fulfill the real purpose of your life. It is to awaken from the dream of separation and limitation, to remember your divine heritage, and to create your reality with the same power and imagination as God Himself. Now, I know that for some of you, this teaching may seem at odds with your religious or cultural background. You may have been taught that God is separate from you, that you are a sinner in need of salvation. But I urge you to look beyond the letter of Scripture to its spirit. Did not Jesus say the kingdom of God is within you? Did He not declare, I and the Father are one? These statements are not mere metaphors or poetic expressions. They are literal truths, pointing to the fundamental reality of your being. You are not separate from God. You are God individualized, God in human form. Your very existence is an act of divine creativity, an expression of God's infinite love and imagination. Understanding this truth does not diminish your reverence for God. On the contrary, it deepens your appreciation for the divine mystery and magnifies your sense of awe and wonder. For when you realize that you are one with the Creator of the universe, how can you not be filled with gratitude and humility? Moreover, this understanding brings with it a profound sense of responsibility. If you are God in human form, then your thoughts, words, and actions have cosmic significance. Every choice you make, every state you assume ripples out into the universe, affecting all creation. You are not just living your life. You are co-creating the world with every breath you take. This is why it's so crucial to cultivate awareness, to be mindful of your inner state. Your mood, your attitude, your predominant feelings are not just personal matters. They are creative forces shaping the fabric of reality. When you radiate love, you contribute to the healing of the world. When you embody peace, you become a force for harmony in your environment. When you assume abundance, you open the floodgates of prosperity, not just for yourself, but for all those connected to you. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, if we're all God, why is there so much suffering and conflict in the world? And to this I say, it is because we have collectively forgotten our true nature. We have bought into the illusion of separation, the belief in lack and limitation. But this too serves a purpose in the grand scheme of things. You see, the apparent separation, the seeming duality of good and evil, is part of the cosmic play. It provides the contrast necessary for growth and self-realization. Without darkness, how would you recognize light? Without challenges, how would you discover your strength? Without questions, how would you seek answers? The world you see around you is a reflection of humanity's collective consciousness. And yes, at times it may seem chaotic, filled with strife and struggle. But remember, consciousness is ever evolving, ever expanding. As more and more individuals awaken to their true nature, the collective consciousness shifts, and with it, the outer world transforms. This is why your individual awakening is so crucial. You are not just changing your personal reality, you are contributing to the evolution of all humanity. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you assume a higher state of consciousness, you are lifting the entire world. So I urge you, my dear friends, to take this teaching to heart. Make it your life's mission to remember who you truly are, to embody your divine nature in every moment. Let every thought, every word, every action be a testament to your oneness with God. Begin each day by affirming your divine identity. Say to yourself, I am God in human form. I am infinite consciousness expressing itself as your name. I am the creator of my reality. Feel the truth of these statements. Let them sink deep into your being until they become your dominant state of consciousness. Throughout your day, be mindful of your inner conversation. Watch your thoughts. Listen to the voice in your head. Is it affirming your divinity, or is it reinforcing limitations? Remember, you have the power to choose your thoughts. When you catch yourself in negative self-talk, gently but firmly redirect your mind to higher thoughts. Practice living from the end. Whatever it is you desire, be it a loving relationship, a fulfilling career, vibrant health, or financial abundance, assume the feeling of already having it. Live your day as though your wish were already fulfilled. How would you walk, talk, and interact with others if you were already the person you aspire to be? Embody that state now, for remember, assumption hardens into fact. When challenges arise, and they will, for they are part of the human experience, see them as opportunities for growth and self-realization. Ask yourself, how is this situation serving my highest good? What lesson am I meant to learn? Trust that every experience, no matter how difficult it may seem in the moment, is ultimately leading you towards greater awareness and self-mastery. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Appreciate the miracles that surround you every day. The air you breathe, the beauty of nature, the love of your family and friends. Gratitude is not just a pleasant emotion, it is a powerful creative force. When you are truly grateful, you are aligning yourself with the abundance of the universe, opening yourself to receive even greater blessings. Make time each day for silence and inner communion, whether through meditation, prayer, or simply quiet reflection. Create space to connect with your divine self. In the silence, you will find wisdom, inspiration, and the answers to your deepest questions. Remember, the still small voice within is the voice of God, guiding you towards your highest good. Practice forgiveness of others and of yourself. Holding on to resentment, guilt only serves to block the flow of divine energy in your life. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful actions. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of negative emotions. When you forgive, you are declaring your freedom, your power to choose love over fear. Serve others with joy and compassion. Remember, everyone you meet is also God in disguise, playing their unique role in the cosmic drama. Treat each person as the divine being they truly are. Look for opportunities to uplift, encourage, and support others. For in serving others, you are serving the highest part of yourself. Above all, have faith. Trust in the perfection of the divine plan, even when you can't see the whole picture. Know that everything is working together for your highest good, even the experiences that seem challenging or painful. Your faith is the bridge between your current reality and the life you desire to create. Now, my dear friends, as we near the end of our time together, I want to emphasize once more the profound truth we've explored today. The real purpose of your life is to awaken to your divine nature, to remember that you are God expressing himself in human form. This awakening is not just for your personal benefit, but for the evolution of all humanity. You are here to create, to express, to experience the fullness of life in all its myriad forms. You are here to love, to grow, to expand your consciousness. You are here to manifest heaven on earth, to bring forth the kingdom of God through the power of your imagination and the strength of your faith. This is not a responsibility to be taken lightly, but neither is it a burden. It is the greatest adventure, the most exhilarating journey you could ever undertake. For as you step into your divine power, as you align yourself with the infinite wisdom and love of the universe, you open yourself to experiences of joy and wonder beyond anything you previously imagined. So go forth from here with a new understanding of who you truly are. Let every step you take be a declaration of your divinity. Let every word you speak be an affirmation of your creative power. Let every breath you take be a testament to your oneness with the source of all life. Remember, the world is waiting for you to awaken. It is yearning for you to step into your true power. For as you liberate yourself from the illusion of limitation, you inspire others to do the same. As you embody your divine nature, you become a beacon of light, illuminating the path for all those around you. You are the ones you've been waiting for. You are the change you wish to see in the world. You are God's gift to humanity, here to play your unique part in the grand tapestry of creation. So dream big, my friends. Imagine boldly. Create fearlessly. Love unconditionally. For in doing so, you are fulfilling the real purpose of your life. You are being who you truly are. God in expression. infinite consciousness in human form. As you leave this gathering, carry with you the knowledge of your divine heritage. Let it infuse every aspect of your life. Let it guide your decisions, inspire your actions, and shape your reality. For you are not just living your life, you are creating it moment by moment, thought by thought. Go now and be the God you are. The world is waiting for your light to shine. Thank you, and may you be blessed with the full realization of your divine nature.